Hello friends, my name is Neha and I'm your host from our channel Gurukul of Civil Engineers. Today we are interviewing a very renowned personalities from India, Mr. Gopal Mitra. He has 21 years of experience into civil engineering, did his engineering from Bengal Engineering College and masters into construction technology from IIT Delhi. Hello Mr. Mitra, how are you?
Hi. Yeah. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mr. Mitra, tell us about your journey. How was your education? How you were as a student in school and college?
In college, actually, I have graduated in the year 1998 from Bengal Engineering College, Sipur, which is now known as IIEST, Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology.
Right.
And after that, I have done my masters from IIT Delhi. And after passing out, I joined one company called CES, Consulting Engineering Services India Private Limited.
Right.
I joined that company 22 years back, just after passing out. And then I worked in that company for around 4-5 years. And then I joined another company called Rights, that is in Gurgaon. I worked over there. I stayed, though Kolkata is my hometown, I stayed out of Kolkata for 8 years. I was in Delhi. And then after 8 years, in 2006, I came back to Kolkata and worked here also with that same company, CES. Then in 2007, I went to Ireland. I got an opportunity to work with one Irish company. I went there. I worked there for 1.5 years and then came back in 2009. I came back to Kolkata.
Right.
After that, I stopped working as a freelance consultant. As I stopped working as a full-time worker and started working as freelance consultant.
Right.
And gradually, I worked as consultant to several Indian companies. And then in year 2012, I started my own company, that is Highway Solution Plus.
So, friends, Mr. Mitra is right now a founder and a partner with his own company, which is known as Highway Solution Plus. He's working into highway engineering and road safety audit in Kolkata. So, how did this thought came into your mind that you need to start your own company and you have to work in your own association?
Yeah, actually, let me tell you some of my life stories. That will help me to elaborate my goals and my journey through this professional experience for last 22 years.
Sure.
22 years back, when I just completed my graduation and joined this CES, I joined their Kolkata office. That company actually doesn't exist anymore. The company has been taken over by one of the global engineering firm called Jacob. Back in those years, that company was one of the pioneer in the field of infrastructure, highway and infrastructure. That company was one of the pioneer company, and they had their offices in all prominent cities in India and in abroad also, maybe mainly in Africa and South Asian countries. So their head office was in Delhi, and I joined their Kolkata office. Me, after maybe on the second or third day of my joining, there was a requirement that they require 2 highway engineers for their Delhi office for one upcoming project. They need to work in one upcoming project, and the requirement was for the 2 highway engineers from Kolkata office. Now the point was that from the Kolkata office, no one was interested to go over there, because none of them were ready to go to Delhi, leaving the comfort of their homestay and home food. So they were looking for easy prey, and being just 2 days old, I was the easiest prey. And since the requirement was for 2 highway engineers, so I was one of them, and they chose the other guy who was 1 year senior to me, and probably in their seniority list, he was the second one from the bottom. So we 2 been chosen, and the decision was taken that we will be given training in because we were just training engineers. So we didn't know anything about highway design, and in fact, highway designing is done through some packages, some software packages. So we had no knowledge of those packages, neither me nor that guy. So the deal was like that, that we will be given training for 7 days, and after a week, we need to go to Delhi and report to the head office and start working in that project. Now, the interesting point was this, that no one in Kolkata office knew that particular package on which we were supposed to work going to Delhi. So after 7 days, the situation was that we were going to report to the head office without knowing anything about the package, and a little bit of highway engineering they taught us, they elaborated, but we had no knowledge of that particular software.
Yeah.
So we started confidently that the moment we will report to the Delhi office and tell them about this, we are going to be kicked out of the office immediately. And in fact, actually, we are carrying a list of other companies, potential companies, where we can go and search for jobs.
Okay.
So next day, we went to the office. We've been taken to the project manager. The project manager was a young, jovial, understanding sort of guy who, after looking at us and hearing from us, understood the real scenario, and he gave us one condition, that he will give training, he will arrange for training, but not for two. One of us has to volunteer. Who will be volunteering? He has to take the training, and after 2 weeks, he has to work in that particular project independently. So, without thinking anything, I just raised my hand. The other guy, he just chose to be silent without risking his career. But for me, there was no chance. I mean, I had no choice. So I spontaneously agreed. Now, after that, the package what I'm talking about, it's called soft disk. Again, that package doesn't exist anymore, because now that package has been that the company has been taken over by Bentley. Autodesk, sorry, not Bentley.
They must have named it on a different name.
Yeah, now it is called Civil 3D. It's called Civil 3D. It's been taken over by Autodesk. That time it was soft disk. So anyway, so my training started on job. I call it on job training. My training started, and I put enormous effort to get used to that software. And again, as I told you, I was training engineer, so I didn't know other highway design aspects also. So I had to learn the other highway design aspects also. So what was happening, that during daytime, during office hours, I used to learn the comments from the seniors, and after the office hours, I used to stay back and do the practice. In that way, yeah, after maybe not exactly within 2 weeks, but within 20 days or 15 days, I learned the package, and actually I started working in that project. Then maybe within that project got completed within 3 months. Within 3 months, the project got completed, and by that time, obviously, I learned the package. I was working independently, and I got praise from the seniors.
Yeah.
And that way, that journey started. And in fact, since we two were from Kolkata office, we were on deputation over there, sort of deputation over there.
Yes.
But after 3 months, the company offered us to stay back. In fact, the company offered me to stay back in Delhi, and the other guy, he been asked to come back to Kolkata.
Okay.
And after that, I kept on working in different projects over there.
Right.
After 6 months, this training period usually happened for 6 months. After that, if your performance is okay, you will be absorbed in the company.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The thing was that after 6 months, actually, I got appraisal letter. One appraisal letter, and the guy who returned to Kolkata, he got warning letter.
Okay.
So
So
the point is,
since starting,
Now,
you have a very interesting journey in your career. Since beginning,
yeah, that's why I told this story. I mean, this shows that in professional field, in professional career,
yeah,
you have to you can't survive for a longer period being within your comfort zone. You have
right,
to be always at the edge of your comfort zone. You have to always challenge yourself.
right. You have to come
You
out to
have
your
to be,
comfort
and
zone and you have to learn
you have to
new things.
expand your comfort zone.
Right.
Otherwise your career graph will go downwards.
Yeah.
That is actually that lesson I learned from this story actually. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So after this, with your entire career, you have done other trainings also into software, or you have done other.
Yes. Yes. Actually, again, I have to tell you another story to tell that one.
Yeah.
As I told you, I with this learning with this particular package and working with the various kind of projects,
Mhm.
what was happening that I was continuously been given only projects where highway designing is to be done, and
Mhm.
that too with that particular software. But in highway design, there are several softwares, and
Mhm.
apart from this particular software, there were other softwares, other international softwares like MX.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get opportunity to work in other softwares and know other aspect of highway designing, but the opportunity was not there because
Okay.
what happened, I mean, I was tagged as softest expert in that
Mhm.
company. So any project comes, new project comes, I've been asked to do that design through that particular package because
Mhm.
obviously I was supposed to do it faster. So, but there are other packages like MX and other packages. Or I mean, highway designing is not just about designing through the software. There are
Yes.
other aspects like pavement design, like
Mhm.
soil, um, so, traffic analysis. So there are various fields, but I was not getting opportunity to work on those fields. Every
Yeah.
time I was any project comes, I've been put into designing part.
Right.
So then after 4 5 years, I thought that okay, I have to shift the company to get chance to work in other aspect of highway designing or to work with other software packages.
Yeah.
I have to change the company.
Yes.
Then I started looking for other companies, and then got opportunity to work with the rights highway department.
Right. So this happened after your masters, or you have.
Actually, I completed my masters from IIT Delhi
Yeah.
while I was in Delhi, and
Okay.
I was in job. So
Okay. Yeah.
by actually my dad, when I shifted my company,
Yeah.
that time actually my masters was, I was doing the masters, so
All
it
right.
was in between.
Yeah. So you did your master's in construction technology. You were working with highway design. So are these two fields associated with each other? And how did you get interest to do the master's in the construction technology side?
Actually, masters doing masters in construction technology and management was
Yeah.
not. It was not. I just choose it.
Okay.
It just happened because my intention was to do it in highway engineering.
All right.
But that time in IIT Delhi, there was no such course in masters.
All right.
So I had to choose that particular subject to
Right.
get the degree.
Yeah. So, Mr. Mitra, for the students who are freshers right now, what do you guide them that how they should choose their field? Because in civil engineering, as you have told, there are a lot of different fields like highway, construction, traffic. So, how a person should choose where he or she should work?
No, see, the scenario keeps changing. I
Yeah.
mean, the guys who are now in college, they don't know after they got pass out
Yeah.
whether that particular field there will be enough job opportunity in that particular field. For example, when we passed out in 1998, that time
Yeah.
software market was flourishing. Everybody, irrespective of any department,
Mhm.
their first option was to go to the IT sector. But what I believe that once we were in one field, in one particular engineering field, one should not leave his core field. So if you have done civil engineering, or if you have done mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, be at your core field, and within your core field there are several sectors, several departments. So you will get enough opportunity where you can find interest, and you can then and the department where you find interest, just pursue with that particular work.
Right.
And
So a person can change their field also. One, if they have joined some field and they feel that this field is not according to their capabilities or their interest. So a student can change their field in after working for some time.
see again, as per my understanding, one should not change his field drastically. I mean, after suppose a guy who has done civil engineering, working in a civil engineering field for say 2-3 years, and then abruptly change to IT or some other sector.
No, I'm not talking about that field. I'm talking about within civil engineering, like
yes. Civil engineering is a vast field. I mean, you name it. I mean, there are highway engineering, there are bridge engineering, there are environment, there are water resource. So there are several departments. So one can choose, and one can shift inter department. That is there is no problem.
Right.
But one should not change the field entirely.
I understand. So, do you recommend any software training or any courses where a person can do the course and brush up their skills according?
Exactly. That is what needs to be. That is the need of the hour. I mean, we have to constantly be updated, and we have to constantly keep learning new soft. I would say soft skills, like getting training, attending trainings, learning softwares, and in fact, especially in our civil engineering field, once you are from out of the college and you are in the professional field, there is a huge gap. I mean, what we learn in our college, those are typical textbook knowledge you get, but in our professional field, the working experience, work culture is completely different. So in fact, I believe that there should be one interface. That interface is missing. So if somebody comes with that interface, that will be very helpful for fresh graduates.
Right. Yeah, I understand, because industry have some other expectations, and the students are coming up with a different background. So there is a gap between the expectations and the kind of.
There is a gap. Yeah, and actually the gap is that obviously in college you can't get enough practical experience. What you get, you get textbook knowledges, but how to apply that textbook knowledges in actual site, actual site, that lesson needs to be learned.
So, are there any institutes, or are there any training institutes, or any kind of people who are there to make you understand these things?
See, till now, with my experience and what I have seen, it's we get to learn about all these things from our seniors. Seniors are the only person to whom we can look up.
Okay.
As a junior, but I personally feel that there is a requirement that is, as I told you, that void is there. Somebody needs to come up with some sort of planning, or some institute can come up to bridge this gap.
Right. So, I mean, as you are working with your own firm, you know all these details. So, ever you get a thought that you should be the person, you should be the interface who can guide the students or the college or the institute, that what are the expectations the industry have you ever thought of bridging that gap?
As I told you, I feel that that there is a requirement, and obviously, as I told you, the culture within our field is that we get to learn from our seniors. So being a senior, I try to pass on my experience to the juniors, but it is like that. Till now it is like that. And again, I heard about this Gurukul, what you are doing. I mean, your team is doing, and I find it's very interesting. And this kind of institution can help, can do can act as the bridge between these two sectors. I mean, this sector means the college, the
institution
college
and the industry
and professional.
So, Mr. Mitra, what do you think? Do in the industry people like to share their knowledge, or there are people who just want to keep their knowledge to themselves? They don't like to share in the professional field. How do you feel like people do share their experiences with others?
Generally, they do, but there are some fringe elements that is always there in every corner of our life or every corner of our society. So that is there, but those are not the majority.
So you have worked with international projects also. You have worked in Ireland with this company known as ROD, and you then moved back
ROD,
to your
Donovan.
Yes. So then you moved back to India. So how do you feel there's a difference with the working culture and the kind of working environment in Ireland, or for that matters in Western world, as compared to India? What are the differences? And
yes, there are many differences. The biggest difference what I felt was the knowledge of the client. Over here in India, the client, once the client gives project to the consultant, they become completely dependent to the consultant. From delivery to knowledge sharing on every aspect. And what happens if client is not knowledgeable enough, then obviously consultants, companies, private companies try to exploit them. But in Ireland, what I found while I was doing projects over there, the clients were equally knowledgeable, equally understanding. They know the entire code and standards of the design. So if consultant does something which is not value engineering, which doesn't have adequate value engineering, they can they can cross you, they can ask you questions. But over here, that thing is missing. So that is one of the biggest difference what I found.
Biggest flaw in the industry.
India and working in Europe. Sorry?
I mean, there is a difference. This is the flaw you find in India, that the people are not asking questions if they are not fully satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, the client is not knowledgeable enough. I mean, I won't say knowledgeable enough, but they depend to the consultant entirely, which is not a good thing, because in that case, consultant tries to exploit them. Right.
So, I mean, if given a chance, would you have chosen a different field other than civil engineering when you had started your career, or this civil engineering is something which you have always interested to work in?
No, actually, I take things as it comes in my life. Actually, my father is a doctor.
Okay.
So, in fact, my childhood dream was to become a doctor, because obviously I look up to him always since my childhood. So, in fact, my dream was to become a doctor. But then when I was given the choice to choose engineering and medical studies. I saw that to establish in professional field, if I choose medical science, it will take much longer time. Somehow, I during my choice of subjects, I thought engineering is better for me.
Better as in career prospect.
I was aspiring for doctors to become a doctor, but but I choose engineering, and it was like that. I don't have any repentance for that, because I mean, it's my theory is that at whatever life gives you, just take it and try to make it interesting. So to me, once I became civil engineer, I joined highway sector, I'm enjoying, and right now I think no other field would have given me this much of joy or interest other than
Fulfillment.
this highway engineering
So
and
you are completely
safety audit.
happy with the choices you made in your life and
Yes,
career.
and as I told you, I mean, I don't say that I choose all these things. It just
Hmm.
happened to me, and I
Hmm.
just took it
All right. Yeah.
and accepted it.
Right. So, Mr. Mitra, what is the turning point in your career? What are the accomplishments you find in your career? The achievements.
Achievement, I mean, as I told you, I mean, there are so many life stories, the stories I was mentioning you, and there are
Yeah.
some other stories also. So
Yeah.
those things gives, when I look back, once I completed those projects successfully,
Yeah.
those gives immense satisfaction. And those are the, I consider those things as my achievement.
Right. So, do you have any inspiration in your life? A particular person you give credit about your career or your personality?
I mean, I look up to many of my seniors. I mean,
Yeah.
um, as we feel we are lucky enough that we have done our engineering courses from one of the premier engineering college in India, that
Yeah.
is B College, and all our seniors. I mean, we always find wherever we go in India or abroad, wherever we find our seniors from fellow seniors, we just become family member. So I can't take any particular name, but there are so many who are
Lots of inspirations.
who are remain our inspiration,
Right.
seniors.
So, with your journey, how important is the soft skills in your field?
Very much, very much. I mean, that's what I was telling. I mean, like I was a highway engineer. After that, I started working in road safety audit
Hmm.
field. Now, to it's not I won't say it's a shift, but to acquire that knowledge of road safety auditing, one needs to attend some training, do some training courses, learn or read some standards. So that's what I did, and that's why I'm doing both the things, highway engineering as well as safety audit.
Yeah.
So like that, one can do other things. I mean, other along with his core field, they can upgrade themselves with these soft skills. And
Right.
when we talk about soft skills also includes this learning or getting knowledge of softwares.
Yes.
So and as I told you, now in this era, we always need to be at our toes. So and keep on learning every day. We need to keep on learning new things and get ourselves updated with the standards, with the codes. So those things are very much required, and one
Yeah.
can't just sit back and depend on his learning what he or she has learned 10 years back or 5 years back.
Right.
So
You have to keep on upgrading yourself, learn
have
new
to keep on
things.
upgrading and looking for stuff in internet or other places.
Yes. Right. So, your current profile is into highway engineering and road safety side. So, what do you think? How is the your road safety auditing things are? Do you think our roads are very good enough, or we need to work on the road safety aspects, and particularly road, how you build the road?
In India,
Yes.
yes, I mean there is very serious issues with safety on
Hmm.
our on Indian roads, and as you know, our death rate on road is way above than other developed countries, and it is I mean it's alarming. And in fact, road safety auditing is very new thing in India. um, 10 years back, uh, in fact, you were asking some that what was the difference between working in
Yeah.
projects in India and abroad, and it just reminds me that this is one of the biggest difference I found while I was working in Ireland. Over there, any road project is not considered as a complete project without doing safety audit during design stage. But in India, that concept was not there even 5 years back. Nowadays, that concept is coming, and road safety auditing has come up, and gradually it is becoming mandatory for each and every road. But it was not there just 5 years back.
Yeah, we require such kind of auditing for the safety of common man.
Exactly. We require such kind of auditing in each and every road and on regular basis, not just once.
Right.
It has to be an ongoing process.
Right. So Mr. Mitra, how is your relationship important in your career, like in your professional field, your clients? One should maintain a good relationship to get new projects and new work.
With the client?
Yes.
Yeah, the maintaining good relationship is the prime thing. But I mean, you can't get projects just because of maintaining good relationship.
Yeah,
you have to show your technical excellences.
But lots of hard work.
Yes, you have to be on time. I mean, you have to once you agreed some time of submission, you have to adhere to that timeline, and that then again giving value engineering, giving new things, providing excellent output, along with maintaining good relationship. So good relationship doesn't alone guarantee you getting projects again and again.
Till that time you deliver it efficiently.
You have to, till the time we deliver it efficiently and client gets satisfied with our work.
So at the end, Mr. Mitra, how do you spend your time other than work? Do you have any hobbies? How do you spend your time?
Yeah, hobbies. I'm a pet lover and plant lover.
Okay.
So I have many aquarium in my home. In fact, I don't have just one aquarium. I have series of aquariums.
Oh, great.
So I love keeping different fishes, different species of fishes, and yeah, I have garden also. I maintain a small garden. So those are the my hobbies. Yeah.
It is very important to have a good mental health. You have to think beyond work.
Absolutely, and those things give you enormous mental peace. And once you are in tension, in anxiety, just staring at those fishes, or looking at those in the morning, looking at those plants, it gives you energy for the entire
whole
day.
Yeah. Right.
It just uplifts your
personality, your way of thought,
your energy level. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Mr. Mitra. It was very nice talking to you. You have given lots of inspiration for the upcoming talent, the kind of career you choose, the kind of training we can have it. So, friends, this was Mr. Mitra. We were talking to him about his journey. We will be coming back with new personalities you can have knowledge from. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel gcelab.com. And you can visit our website, gcelab.com. Visit us at Gurukul of Civil Engineers. We are always there to help you out. Thank you, Mr. Mitra.
Thank you, Neha. Good to talk to you.